Welcome back to Good to Know, a break from all of the hustle and bustle, a chance to get to know the things that have been around us all along.
The female cardinal up there right now.
As birds hop through his Bellevue backyard.
We've had a lot of finches as well.
Rob Tudor.
The bluebird is beautiful.
Sounds like an avian expert.
The hummingbirds don't like to be out right this time of day.
Even though he barely paid attention to his gliding guests until a couple months ago.
I didn't think I would know this much.
Rob started keeping an eye to the sky in March when coronavirus concerns started keeping him inside the house.
It was probably a couple of weeks after I'd been home, and I thought, you know what, there's an awful lot of activity at the bird feeder.
From there, a safer at home hobby took flight.
The more birds I saw coming, the more I wanted to put more seed out, the more I wanted to bring another bird feeder in too. And when you're at home, you're trying to come up with creative ideas so you don't get cabin fever. And so for me, it's just fun to watch them.
And Rob isn't flying solo with a newfound interest in bird watching. Downloads of the Audubon Society's bird identification app have soared, doubling in March and April when stay-at-home orders started going into effect. Here in Tennessee,
I've noticed a major spurt in people wanting to join.
The Facebook group Tennessee Bird Watchers has added more than 1,000 members in just a matter of weeks.
Last week I had 300 people join.
Group administrator John Akers told me he's not surprised folks are flocking to bird watching.
And if you're stuck in the house, it's a real great way to kill time, I guess.
For Rob, it's a way to unwind during uncertain times.
It's a soothing kind of an activity for me. That's what I find, at least.
Showing that social distancing is for the birds.
It's been a real joy, and I'll continue doing it, absolutely. I mean, cardinals are just beautiful birds.
A woman in Florida wants to bring others joy by teaching her favorite hobby, knitting. Cheryl Lampert owned a knitting store in England before retiring to Naples, and now she offers free weekly lessons on her Facebook page, Knitters Matter.
You'll see I've got more stitches on my needle.
She tells you which tools to use and yarn to buy and says overall, knitting is a pretty affordable hobby. You could take it anywhere, and she says it's calming.
If you don't give it a try, you'll never know. And you might find that it's one of the most therapeutic, relaxing, enjoyable things you've ever done.
Her lessons are Tuesdays. Just look for Knitters Matter on Facebook.
This is what a normal bridge club used to look like on the peninsula. Seniors snugged together around a 30-inch table, trumping, bidding, and passing.
It's fun to see everybody and catch up and, just that face-to-face and camaraderie that we have built.
The socialization has ceased. The clubs are empty. Coronavirus dealing these players a wild card.
Because we can't protect the players from touching the cards and passing it around.
So they've shuffled things around. Players with a median age of about 74 are now learning a new trick, online bridge.
It's been a real learning experience. They say, well, just go to your Dropbox. And I say, what's a Dropbox?
A normal bridge game on the peninsula is about 50 people in a room, and the game can take more than 3 hours. But now online, 50,000 people are playing at once, and it's faster, only about 2 hours to play. Bridgebase Online is now the hub for these queens and kings.
And I'm going to lead a club. It is super convenient, but I typically will sit here in my pajamas.
Another win, they're pairing up with new friends all over the world.
We're getting more people involved, and I'm reuniting people that moved to Florida or moved to Seattle. So we're putting partnerships back together.
And most importantly, keeping their minds as sharp as a spade.
Bridge is something you can play your whole life. My grandmother played till she was 99.
It's challenging. You have to use your senses. You have to have a strategy. You have to work with your partner. 920 points. And we're on to the next board.
Well, this will bring a smile to your face. A husband and wife accidentally started a movement in their community. Cue the bagpipes.